I'm in my new office and I'm just about to review the Caley 01T irons. And before we get into this video, if you want to win these irons, all you need to do is get in the comments of this YouTube video, comment what was your favourite iron set that's ever been made, and you could be sent these exact irons, 01T Caley 4 to pitching wedge. Let's get into the review, shall we? These little things right here, you can see, these are the 01T irons from Caley. Who are Caley? They are a direct-to-consumer golf brand. We've seen similar in Tacoma. They skip out the middleman, they make their clubs and they ship them directly to you lot at home. Now, the benefits of that, and it is a massive benefit, is these irons, the Caley 01Ts, from 4 to pitching wedge, if you don't customise them on their website, come in at £499. Now, to put that into perspective, if you want to go watch our review of the new Mizuno range, the Mizuno Pro 245, these are going to be playing similar, or the profile similar to the Mizuno 245s. They come in at £1,300. So £800 cheaper for the Caley irons, which is obviously going to be a massive tick in anyone's box. But do they perform? So in this video, I've headed over to Thorndon Park Golf Club. I've hit a ton of balls on the range. I've taken them out onto the course, played a few holes of them, hit a few different shots of them, and I'm going to let you know what I think of these irons. For price, you can't knock it. It's around about £800 cheaper than what you're going to pay for a big brand iron. But what's the performance like? So what I've found, I've hit quite a few balls now here over at Thorndon Park's driving range. Shout out Thorndon Park for having us. I would say feel off the faces is still a little bit firm. Like the actual finish on the golf clubs doesn't look as premium as like your Mizuno, your Titleist or Callaway, but for £500 it really doesn't look cheap at all. For me, they sit a little bit upright from standard. I think the guys at Caley have sent these out on standard lie, standard loft, standard everything. But for me, at address, it just seems like it sits a little bit toe up. Like it looks like 1 or 2 degrees toe up. I don't know if that's how they are from standard, or I don't know if these have been moved slightly in shipping. But to me, they just sit like they're a little bit toe up. And obviously, I turn the ball over right to left quite a bit, so it's not the best look for me. Feel off the face is pretty good. A little bit firmer than the other irons I've tried. Like it's a bit more of like a, not a clunky sound, clunky would be the wrong word, but a bit more of a hit rather than like a flush. But what I can't knock them for, and I can't stress, I've probably hit 30, 40 balls over here, and I've hit 2 bad, and I've went from 9-iron all the way through to pitching wedge, all the way through to 4-iron. They've sent out pitching wedge to 4-iron, and I've pretty much flushed every single shot. So forgiveness wise, they are on the bigger side, profile wise. The sole of the club is relatively thick at the bottom, and the top line is, I would put on the rather thick side, rather than sort of, it's more than that in the middle where you're like, that's not too big. I would say the top line on these are quite thick, and the sole are quite thick as well. But all in all, performance, I'm gonna go out into the course, hit some out there as well, just to see what they're sort of like hitting into the green, because I haven't been able to see if they're any, like how much spin they're producing, and I've been hitting range balls. But early signs on the range, for 500 quid, honestly, you cannot knock it. They have been very, very, very good. Surprisingly good. Out of 40 balls I probably hit on that range, I hit 38 of them absolutely flush. Out of the car, no warm up, just stood over the ball. The player profile of these, to my eye, yes, they're a little bit on the they are on the chunky side. The sole width of these on the bottom and the top line on the top is a little bit heavy looking. But as far as confidence inspiring goes, and as far as performance and forgiveness goes, I didn't get any data with these. I didn't get any TrackMan data or anything like that. I just wanted to go out and hit them and see what they were like. So I haven't got any data-driven performance analytics to be able to look at this. But from ball flight, from where I was aiming and where the ball was finishing, they performed really, really well. Now, when I was on the driving range and hitting them balls, yes, I am using, they're not range balls, they're sort of like recycled balls there. They felt a little bit on the firm side off of the face. But that changed when I got onto the golf course. Right, so back out on the course, I come to the third hole, probably my favourite hole at Thorndon. This would be one for the mid-handicap to high handicaps nightmare. You've got about 165, 170 yard carry over the water. And I think this is where they come into their own. I've got the 5-iron here. Like I said earlier, it's a chunky profile, but it is uber forgiving. So I'm just going to hit a couple across the water, then I'll hit a couple approaches into the green. We can see what it spins like. But I have absolutely no fear whatsoever that this isn't going to be flushed. Famous last words, I know, but we'll hit 2 now. I honestly nearly missed the ball there, and it's only gone 25 yards offline and it's still in the fairway. Worst swing I've put on any golf ball in a while, but it worked. We'll go one more. That's just absolutely ripped. And the firm feeling that I spoke about, when you start to sort of like hit onto turf, because I was hitting on a mat, I found once you're starting to hit out of turf and you're hitting down on it a little bit more, sort of softens that hard feeling when you're getting a little bit more forgiveness out of the ground. Still on the firm side, don't get me wrong, but that second one was lovely. Get in the comments and let me know what you think as well. I think for a direct-to-consumer iron, similar to Tacoma, I think that is a very, very, very good looking iron. They haven't gone overkill with the branding. You've just got obviously the Caley X at the bottom there. I hope I'm saying that right, Caley X at the bottom. Apart from that, you've got the 01T, which is the model number down there. Caley on the old hosel, hopefully we missed that. I've been impressed with them. We'll play a couple more holes, get a couple bit more B-roll, and I'll sign this video out on my final thoughts on the Caleys. But so far, can't really knock it for 500 quid. Put some red tape around that divot, shall I? Overall, honestly, I am mega impressed with these things. For 500 quid, I've said it so many times in this video, you cannot go wrong. Looks, for some people would probably argue that these actually look better than some of the other irons on the market. They are a really simplistic, really nice finish, really good looking iron. Performance, I didn't see a drop off in performance from my initial on-course testing at all, really, or nothing that like stood out to me that I was thinking, oh, that don't feel right, or that don't sound right. For just going out, playing, hitting balls on the range, hitting a few different shots, little chip shots, full shots, 5-iron, 8-iron, whatever it was I was hitting, they done what you would expect an iron to do. Do we need to be paying this much amount of money for the big brands, the big manufacturers? I'll give you my opinion on that. I believe irons, golf clubs in general, are starting to become a little bit too overpriced. But I do think the big brand manufacturers, the ones that are trying to push the envelope, the ones who are designing hollow body construction irons, who are doing the R&D to make these things, then yeah, they probably should be charging more for their irons. They're probably slightly better performing, they are slightly better looking, the build quality will be a little bit better. But they are the one who is trying to push the envelope and bring out the next best in technology. And that comes with a price, unfortunately. Not taking anything away from Caley, these are some fantastic irons, and putting it in the market at £500, honestly, fair play to everyone at Caley. I think that's fantastic. If you want to customise this set, it says on their website, it's up to £549, because the only downside that I can see at the moment on the website, you can only order in regular or stiff shaft. Now that might change, it might just be that they're out of stock in the extra stiff, but you can't change the loft angle, the lie angle, the loft or lie or anything like that. If you want to do that and get a custom set built, it is going to cost you an extra £50 on top, which is really, peanuts. But no offence to Caley, but they're not the ones putting in the R&D, the work, the research, the testing to try and bring out new technology in their golf clubs, which your Mizuno's, TaylorMade, Titleist, Callaways are doing every single year. I don't necessarily believe all the marketing that comes out from them companies, but they are always trying to push the envelope to make better golf clubs. And what that does, thankfully for us as the consumer, is it allows brands like Caley to be able to replicate those irons, but go direct to consumer, direct to market, and try and provide them to the golfing industry at a fraction of the price. Impressive. Like I said at the start of this video, if you want the chance at winning these exact Caley 01T irons, all you need to do is get in the comment section of this video, comment what is the favorite iron that has ever been made from any manufacturer. Let us know what is your favourite iron set that's ever been made. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. Shout out to Caley for sending these irons out. They are fantastic for the price, and not even just for the price. They're just really, really good irons, which I think anyone wouldn't really batter an eyelid at paying 500 quid for. See you on the next one, everyone. Adios.